Thanks very much. It's fantastic to be here, and this is actually our 5th year at the Big Day In. It's an amazing event, and we're very proud to be part of it and to be proud of the Australian software industry. So before we get started, when you think of high technology, when you think of innovation, what are the names that spring to mind in IT? Just shout them out. What are the names? Google, Steam, yeah? Microsoft? All right. What do you notice about all of those companies? Where are they based? Where are those companies? USA, Asia. That's right. Before today, how many of you had heard of TechnologyOne? Can I have a show of hands? How many had heard of Tech1? Oh, cool. That's more than last year. We're doing well. All right. What if I were to tell you that TechnologyOne is one of Australia's largest software companies? It's based in Brisbane. We have offices here in Sydney as well. And we are 32 years old. It is possible to have an amazing career in technology, in software development, right here in Australia. And today we're going to be talking about that opportunity, what TechnologyOne does, and we're going to be talking about what we do with graduates and interns, because we really feel very strongly that you are all the future of our industry. So we're very concerned with future software leaders, with the next generation of software leadership within Australia, and we believe that Australia is the place to be. You don't have to go overseas to have an amazing career in tech. So, I'd like to start by playing a video that will introduce TechnologyOne to you, because that's more fun than hearing me talk. Can we play the video, please?
Largest enterprise software as a service company, TechnologyOne is ranked among the ASX Top 150, delivering 30 years of software innovation and doubling in size every 4 to 5 years. We have 14 international offices and 1,200 passionate team members worldwide, including 400 innovative developers creating the future of enterprise software today in Australia's largest R&D centre, where TechnologyOne invests $50 million each year. Through the power of one vision, one vendor, one code line and one experience, our enterprise software empowers 1 million students across 118 campuses worldwide and runs over 70% of Australia's largest councils. We power $300 billion worth of assets on many of Australia's largest infrastructure projects. TechnologyOne software helps people live better lives with our health and community service products, with state and federal governments operating more productively and efficiently, and over 100 financial services companies improving their clients' businesses with our single integrated enterprise software as a service solution that adapts and evolves to new technologies, concepts and innovations. We are powering a digital revolution. Customers are embracing a cloud-first, mobile-first world through enterprise software as a service that is available on any device, anywhere, anytime. Enterprise software, incredibly simple. We are TechnologyOne, transforming business, making life simple.
All right, so there you have it. We are a global, multinational software company based right here in Australia. So, what does it take to be part of that journey and that vision? I've been with TechnologyOne for a very long time. I joined in 1996. Long time back. There were only 45 staff then, so we were a startup. And everyone was getting in and doing everything as you do in startups. In that time, we've grown into a proper multinational company, and it's been an amazing journey, and it's certainly not over yet. We're actually in a most exciting phase now as we take all of our customers to the cloud, which is just wonderful. What I want to do now, though, is I'd like to introduce one of our recent graduates to talk about our graduate program. It is one of the most successful graduate programs in Australia. We take 20 grads and 20 interns a year into TechnologyOne R&D. Hands up. Who knows what R&D stands for? Are you here? Research and development. Thank you. It was one of the questions I got last year when I started talking about R&D. People said, what does R&D mean? So I thought we'd just clear that up at the beginning. So we take 20 grads and 20 interns. So interns are people who haven't finished their university degree yet, but they come and work with us part-time, into TechnologyOne every year. Last year, we had almost 2,400 applications for those positions. So it's a really sought-after position. It's a really popular program. We get amazing leaders coming through it. These people are now leaders in R&D. They're running teams. And I'd like to introduce you to one of our successful graduate business analysts from last year. Please welcome Genevieve Ash.
Thank you. I'd just like to begin by saying that my heart rate, according to my watch, is currently at 120, which is like double what it's supposed to be, so I'm absolutely terrified to be up here. But as Matt mentioned, I'm Genevieve, and I'm a Graduate Business Analyst at TechnologyOne. I work in the SaaS team, which is software as a service, if anyone's heard of that. But my journey to get there was actually a bit roundabout. So the idea for me in high school was that I was going to be a classical musician. So I went to university and I studied engineering and psychology. This close. I started out as mechatronics engineering, quickly realized that I hated the mechanical side of it. So I switched into software engineering, a little bit of electrical. I then did a tour around all of the faculties at my university. I did biology, business, marketing, law, pretty much every building I could get into. Then I moved to New Zealand for a little while for fun. And by the time I got back, I switched into IT. And that was where I discovered this whole other world in technology. So it turns out there's a completely different process to building software than I thought it was. There's all these different steps that come before development work. And don't get me wrong, there are days where I long for a black screen just staring at my code. But it was actually all the steps that came before and after that that really intrigued me. It was figuring out what we're actually building, why are we building this, how are we going to go about that, what technologies are we going to use, what's it going to look like. So how did I get into TechnologyOne? I was actually a part of the computing society at my university, which I mostly joined for the free pizza that they had at all their events. But one of those events was the big game that TechnologyOne hosts, which is essentially a battle between two universities where we just get together, have some beers, and we just battle it out playing a bunch of random games. And what I got to do there is actually interact with everyone at TechnologyOne. I got to get a feel for the culture and the environment and the free breakfast bar that they have at their offices. And what I found was like this incredible culture and environment that I just wanted to be a part of. So they had a grad program going at the time, and I applied. I was absolutely terrified straight off the bat. It was the first like real job that I'd applied for. But I applied, wrote my first cover letter. There was a video interview where they just like send you some questions that you have to answer. There was an aptitude test, which sounds scary, but was actually everything I'd already learned at uni. And then there were interviews. But they had this big orientation day before we actually did our interview, and you got to meet everybody, and it was really lovely, and everyone was really nice to me. So applied, and I got the job. So then, when you're a graduate, you become a part of this startup-like culture again. So TechnologyOne gives you an idea that they've been looking at working on, but they don't have the resources to assign to it yet. And they just give you the idea and let you run with it. It's completely safe to fail. For 10 weeks, I was in a team with 8 people, and we just researched, designed, we got to develop a working prototype, and then we presented it to our whole exec team, and it was an incredible experience. It was really daunting at first, but what you realize is that you're way more capable than you think you are, and you don't get to realize that until someone gives you the opportunity and that responsibility. So the whole process was a great experience, and those other grads are some of my closest friends now. So then the grad program finished, and I went into the SaaS team. And that's where I am now. But just before I finish and pass back to Matt, I just wanted to mention the TechnologyOne Foundation, which is something that's really important to me and was something that I was looking for when I was applying for jobs. So the TechnologyOne is a part of the 1% pledge, which is 1% of profits, 1% of time, and 1% of product to charitable causes. And what that meant for me was that I got to spend 2 days volunteering for Young Care and Salvation Army just while I was working. And we did gardening, so I got cuttings of plants, if anyone's a green thumb, so that was a bonus. But the reason this was important to me was I wanted to make sure that the work I was doing had a positive impact. And since the foundation was introduced into the company 2 years ago, it's really been embraced by everyone at the company. Everyone's really involved. And yeah, it just means every day I get to go to work and be like, this is a company, I work for a software company, but it's more than that. And I think it's the foundation that extends us in that way. So I will just introduce you to a few other graduates who are going to take you through their experience in the program. Video.
My name's Matt Deshon. I'm the R&D Evangelist here at TechnologyOne, and I joined the company in 1996. Our grad and intern program is really about bringing through the next generation of R&D staff. We want to bring in the bright young talent with fresh ideas and the latest knowledge, and these people are really reigniting what happens in R&D.
I'm Olivia Ward and I'm a Graduate R&D Program Management Coordinator. At the beginning of the grad intake, TechnologyOne puts all the grads into a project together. The project that we worked on will actually be incorporated into real TechnologyOne software, and that will help make life easier for our customers.
Our graduates, as soon as they come into the teams, they're building fantastic software for us from day one. They contribute as members of the teams, and the things that they build are now being used by our customers around the world.
My name is Michael Greer. I'm a business analyst within property and rating, and specifically within reporting. There are a lot of things that I like about working at TechnologyOne. Culture is a huge part of it. Being challenged and the environment and the opportunities within TechnologyOne, and that was exactly what I was looking for.
I'm Lutfi Osman, and I'm a Graduate Business Analyst with the Business Process Automation team. I was looking for opportunities in the IT industry, and TechnologyOne stood out for me because of the rate of growth of the company. Another great thing about my job are hack days, where I get the opportunity to work with anyone from across the organization and provide value to TechnologyOne in a way that's different to my usual job.
I am Josh Miles. I applied for a position just before I graduated, and I've been in Tech1 for about 5 months. One of the big things that have really stood out for me is the sort of hacker culture that I've been able to experience while here. I've been able to build really interesting things on top of open source products. So as a graduate at TechnologyOne, they really emphasize that no idea is a silly idea. You can actually put forward the ideas that you want and implement them the way that you need.
What we're looking for in our grads is, first and foremost, passion, a desire to really make a difference. We're looking for people who want to be part of a team, and we're looking for people who are dynamic and who want to work in a fast-paced, rapidly changing environment. An example of that would be Joel, who came through our grad program several years ago and is now a systems architect in our business process automation team.
My name is Joel Addison, and I've been at TechnologyOne for 3 years. I started as a graduate developer, and now I'm an associate system architect. I really enjoy the challenges of working at TechnologyOne. There's always something new and exciting to have to work out how to solve. And now I'm leading my own team to develop new software.
Our grad program has really been going from strength to strength over the last 5 years, so it is an amazingly successful program across the industry. It's fantastic to see these bright young people coming into our business and being able to contribute from the beginning, and I love being part of that. All right, so you heard from a selection of our grads there, and we're very proud of that. As you can see, we're proud of our grad program. We've also been independently recognised as one of the best grad programs in Australia. So last year we were awarded Top Graduate Employer of 2018, and we were in the top 20 for that award. across all industries in Australia. It wasn't just IT, it was banking and public sector and things as well. So we're very proud of that. We're also proud of the other one on the side here, which is the National Fair Internship Pledge. So what that means is our interns are paid, our interns are given real work to do. And we feel that's very important because you're very creative, bright people. You don't know what it means to fail yet. And we want to tap into that. Our interns aren't people making coffee for meetings. Our interns are people doing real work. And we'll talk about that in a sec. So when our graduates finish up that, what we call bootcamp project that Genevieve was talking about, they go into our teams. And that culture of innovation and creativity doesn't end once they finish their bootcamp. It's part of our overall software development processes. So 40% of our time is spent in research. And as Jen said, research is our safe-to-fail environment. That's where we try stuff out. We build prototypes. We try ideas. We work out what's going to work and what's not. And it's very important, that safe-to-fail piece, because what it means is you can maintain curiosity and innovation and creativity. When we come to actually manufacturing the software, that's not safe to fail anymore. We have to get it right. So it has to be very structured and quite conservative at that point. All right, so we shift gears as partway through. Very important to us, though, that we do that. All right, so we've talked about our grads a lot. What do those interns do, though, that I was saying they're very important to us? We put our interns on blue sky projects, things that we think are going to be game-changing technologies, but we don't really know anything about yet. And so some of the ones you see up here, wearable technologies. The HoloLens that you saw in the Microsoft presentation just before, we're doing research with HoloLens at the moment as well. Drones, in particular, the footage and the telemetry that you get from drones and what it means for our customers, how they can use that to better manage the things that they do. And finally, artificial intelligence, chatbots, automatic image recognition, and things like that, which are very important in the industry, and we're working out what they mean for our customers and how we can add value to our customers. All right, so just very quickly, these are the sort of products that we actually develop and take to market. We take things to market that are to businesses. So councils use our software to deliver services to all of you. You all live in a council area, so the parks and the roads and the buildings, they get managed using our software. Universities use our software to manage the student experience. So UTS, for example, has been a customer of ours for a very long time. If you come and study at UTS, then all of your student experience, your enrollment, your results and things like that, will be managed using our software. Okay. Time is up. I think I might have time for a question or two. Yeah? Are there any questions for myself or for Genevieve? Genevieve is open to take questions as well. No? Yes, down here. I think it's the value that we place on the people. From my point of view, it's the process that we put in place and the value that we put on the people. What do you think, Jen?
I think I would agree. I mean, I haven't done any other grad programs, but well, from my experience, what was so positive about it was that they just treated you like you were an employee from the day one, which again was kind of scary, but everyone did step up to the plate and they all believed in you and you had like the support there. So it was like structured, but in the right way, and they also just let you do whatever you want.
Yeah, up the back there. For our grad program, it's a degree program, so you need to do a degree. What you do the degree in is not so important. So we have people who've studied software engineering, software systems engineering, computer science, information technology, Bachelor of Business in Infotech. All those different degree courses are okay to do. It's more about what you bring as a person, the skills you have, and your whole personality, because we really want to make sure that we're a good cultural fit. Culture trumps everything else. And that's why we do things like the big game and why we bring our potential grads into Tech1. Yeah, so Very broad scope. Find the thing that you love to do. Yeah, over here.
Where do you see TechnologyOne in the future?
TechnologyOne in the future. We have expanded overseas into the UK. We've been Asia Pacific based before that. Our next space is probably going to be the United States. And that's going to be a massive new frontier for us. Yeah.
What got you interested in TechnologyOne in the 1990s?
In the 1990s, I was actually working at a university. I was working at QUT in Brisbane, and I decided that I didn't really want to be in that space anymore. I wanted to work in private industry, and I did something that you are never ever going to have to do in your lives. I answered an ad in the newspaper. You remember what newspapers are? So yeah, I answered an ad, and I had no idea what TechnologyOne was all about. All I knew was I wanted to change. The first job I had to do was go to Perth and implement a system for a big grazing company in Perth. I spent 2 weeks over there, and I was hooked. That's all it took. And from then, I've spent 20-odd years with TechnologyOne. I've had half a dozen different careers with the business, and it's been an amazing journey, and it's just getting better. All right, up here. Last question up here.
What's the most fun thing you've ever worked on with TechnologyOne?
The most fun thing? Look, my current job, absolutely my current job, because I'm an R&D Evangelist. Does anyone know what that means? Yeah, no, neither do I. So it means that I get to do things that add value to our company, that raise the bar. And I've got an amazing team, and our core ethos is to have fun. So the things I do, like the big game that you saw there, the games night that we run for universities, my team runs that. So it's my job to do things like choose games to play and try them out, and then work out how we get teams to actually participate in that sort of event. So yeah, what I'm doing right now. All right, I think that's all we have time for. Thank you very much. We will be at the TechnologyOne stand if you have any other questions, so please come and see us at lunchtime. But yeah, thank you very much. It's been a great audience.